Did you know the ground beneath downtown Sacramento is a lie?
It's built on the bones of a city that was never meant to be seen.
I was the chief foreman for the city's underground maintenance tunnels for 32 years.
I spent 3 decades in the dark, breathing dust that hasn't seen the sun since the 1860s.
They didn't just build over the old city, they entombed it.
And in that entombment, something shifted.
My crew was tight-knit, mostly men who didn't ask questions.
We were used to the claustrophobia and the smell of ancient silt. The night shift started complaining about movement in the periphery of their vision.
I told them it was just the earth settling, but I knew that wasn't the truth.
Marcus found a crawl space that wasn't on any city map.
It was a bricked-up entryway leading to what looked like a subterranean parlor.
We found furniture that had been chewed by something with serrated teeth.
I told the men to seal it up and forget they saw it, but the unease followed us. I'd wake up at 3 in the morning and hear the sound of a brick being dragged across my floor. I found fine, gray silt in my crawl space, the exact same kind that lined the tunnels.
I tried to bring it up to the City Planning Commission, but they laughed it off.
They knew. They've known since the 19th century that the ground beneath Sacramento is a labyrinth. The tension reached a breaking point, so I decided to go back down alone. As I descended into the primary maintenance shaft, the air grew cold, colder than it had any right to be.
The deeper I went, the more the architecture just stopped making sense.
I walked past storefronts that seemed to stretch into infinite dark hallways. There were street signs in languages I couldn't even begin to identify.
Then I heard it, a rhythmic tapping coming from everywhere at once.
It sounded like someone hammering on a pipe, but there was nobody there.
I stood there, my light shaking, trying to figure out where it was coming from.
I followed the sound to a massive, cavernous space beneath the state capitol.
That's when I saw them, moving with a strange, mechanical precision. They were draped in the rotted, tattered remnants of old Victorian clothing.
They weren't ghosts, but they weren't exactly human either. Their skin was the color of river clay, and they were busy repairing the foundations.
They were stitching the bricks together with a mortar that pulsed like a heartbeat. Then one of them turned to look at me, and I just froze. It didn't have eyes, just 2 vacant, swirling pits. I saw 1,000 miles of tunnels compressed into those dark, empty spaces. I stood perfectly still, my heart hammering against my ribs. The creature tilted its head, just like I did, and I felt this wave of sorrow. It wasn't hatred. It was just this desperate, agonizing hunger for the sky. I realized the city above was just a mask, a hollow shell. All the life and history had been drained down here to keep this nightmare going.
I started backing away, my breath coming in ragged, desperate gasps.
I didn't stop until I reached the surface and collapsed into the sunlight. The bright afternoon felt so uncaring, so completely normal. I felt like a man who had returned from the dead with a secret no one would believe.
I retired the next day, left everything behind, and just walked away.
I moved to the deep woods, where the earth is still raw and wild. I wanted to be somewhere where the ground doesn't hide secrets behind brick and mortar. Even here, in the silence of the pines, I still hear the tapping.
When the wind dies down, I press my ear to the dirt and hear them working.
They're still building, and they're still waiting for the floor to give way. I thought moving to the woods
would finally quiet my mind.
But the silence out here is different. It's heavy. Every shadow out here feels like it's hiding something.
I find myself checking the ground, just like I did down there.
People walk over these streets like they're solid ground.
They have no idea what's really waiting just a few feet below.
I spent 30 years mapping these nightmares.
Sometimes I wonder if I should have just burned it all down. There it is again.
The tapping. It never really stops.
I can't escape it, can I? It's like it's calling me back.
If I don't stop them, who will?
They're just waiting for the floor to give way.
It's already here.
The tunnels are reaching up through the earth. I'm going back. I'm gonna end this, one way or another.
The ground is never as solid as you think.
And I'm the only one who knows why.
I'm heading back to where it all started.
The city's waiting for me, even if it doesn't know it yet. Every mile closer feels like I'm walking into a trap.
It looks the same, but it feels completely wrong.
They've painted over the cracks, but the foundation is still rotting. I can feel it breathing beneath my feet. There it is, still waiting for me. It's been years since I touched this iron. God, I really don't want to go back down there. The smell never changes. It's like the air itself is holding on to the past. Time doesn't move down here. It just waits. It's spreading faster than I thought. This mortar shouldn't be glowing like this. It's almost like it's alive. There it is again. It's louder down here. It's like it knows I'm back. I remember this place.
It looks like they just walked out yesterday.
I swear I saw something move in there. This isn't on any map. What did they build down here? It's like a machine that never stops. They're still here. They're just fixing things. They don't even know I'm watching. It saw me. I can feel what it's feeling. It's so hungry for the sky. I couldn't move a muscle. Those eyes weren't eyes at all. They were just endless swirling voids. I didn't run. I just held my light up. The thing tilted its head, just like I did. It wasn't hate I felt coming off it. It was this crushing, heavy sorrow. It just wanted to see the sky again. That's when it hit me. The city above, it's just a mask. All the life, all the history, it's all been drained down here. I started backing away, real slow. I didn't want to spook them. My heart was beating so hard I thought it would burst. I scrambled up that ladder like my life depended on it. When I hit the surface, the sun was just blinding. It just collapsed right there on the pavement. I retired the very next day. I've left it all behind. Everything. I drove until the city was just a bad memory in the rearview mirror. Even out here, it follows me. When the wind dies down, I press my ear to the dirt. I can still hear them laying those bricks. The city thinks it's safe. But every time you walk down a street in downtown, you're walking on a ceiling. And that world down there, it's hungry. So tell me, do you really think the ground you're standing on is solid? Or are you just waiting for the floor to give way? I spend my nights staring at these maps. It's like I'm still down there, tracing the streets that shouldn't exist. I kept this piece of iron as a reminder.
It's cold, heavy, and it smells like that ancient silt. Sometimes I wonder if they're still down there, working.
Stitching the city back together, one brick at a time. That mortar, it pulsed like a heartbeat.
It was beautiful, but it was also the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
They knew. They've known since the 19th century.
They just laughed it off and gave me a raise to keep my mouth shut. I should write it all down, but what if that just feeds the machine? Some secrets are better left buried in the dark. I'm free now, but it doesn't feel like it. The truth is still down there, waiting for someone else to find it. They're walking on a ceiling and they don't even know it. Do I have a duty to warn them, or would that just make things worse? I can't go back, but I can't move forward either. I have to find a way to live with this. I've spent years wondering if I should burn it all down. But maybe the best thing I can do is just warn you. I look at this map and I don't see streets anymore. I just see a thin, fragile mask covering up a nightmare. It's all just a lie we tell ourselves to sleep at night. I can't just sit here and pretend it's not happening. Every time I close my eyes, I'm back down there. I gotta do something before the whole thing collapses. This light is the only thing that ever kept me safe. It's heavy, dented, and it's seen more darkness than any man should. But it's the only tool I've got left. Leaving this place feels like walking away from a dream. But the truth is waiting for me, back in the dark. I guess I never really left it behind, did I?
The city looks so normal from the highway.
It's hard to believe what's actually hiding underneath all that glass. It's like a beautiful, shiny skin over a festering wound. Here it is, the entrance to the throat of the city. It's been waiting for me, just like I knew it would. Time to see if they're still working down there. The smell never changes, does it? It's the smell of history, rotting away in the dark. I'm back where I belong, I guess. The deeper I go, the more the walls seem to breathe. It's like the whole place is alive, waiting for me. I can hear them, even if I can't see them yet. This is it, the heart of the machine.
It's bigger than I remembered, and twice as cold.
I'm standing right in the middle of their work. There it is, that sound again. It's like they're hammering on the very bones of the city. I'm not alone down here, and they know it. The tapping is getting louder now. It's vibrating right through my boots. I'm scanning the shadows, but there's nothing but dusk. Then I saw it. A figure stepped out of the darkness. It looked like it was wearing clothes from another century. It was using this strange glowing mortar. It was stitching the bricks back together, like it was healing a wound. They've been down here for so long, they've become part of the city. Then it turned to look at me. There were no eyes, just these swirling, empty pits. I felt this wave of sadness wash over me, and I knew it wasn't mine. I didn't run. I just stood there, holding my light up. It tilted its head, just like I did. I could feel its hunger for the sky. That's when it hit me. The city above is just a mask. All the life and history is being drained down here to keep this place running. I started backing away, real slow. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I didn't stop until I was out of that room. I finally made it back to the surface. The sunlight was so bright it hurt to look at.
People were just walking by, like nothing was wrong. I quit the next day.
I left everything behind. I moved out to the woods where the ground is still wild. But even here, I still hear it. When the wind dies down, I can hear them building.
They're still waiting for the floor to give way.
I thought moving out here would finally give me some peace.
But the silence of the woods just makes the memories louder.
My hands still feel the grit of that place.
It's like the silt is etched into my skin forever. People walk over those streets like they're solid ground. They have no idea what's waiting just a few feet beneath them. The city planners, they just laughed it off. They knew exactly what was down there, and they wanted it kept quiet. Those things, they weren't monsters. They were just stuck, trying to keep the whole thing from collapsing. I felt their hunger, you know? It wasn't for blood, it was for the sun. Out here, the ground is real.
It doesn't hide anything behind brick and mortar.
But sometimes, when the wind dies down, I still hear the tapping. I've spent years wondering if I should go back and burn it all down. But maybe the best thing I can do is just warn you. Do you really think the ground you're standing on is solid? Or are you just waiting for the floor to give way? I stand here in the woods, just looking at the dirt. It feels real, you know? Not like that fake ground back in the city. I press my hand into the dirt, just listening. Everything is quiet, and for a second, I think I'm finally safe. Then I hear it again, that same rhythmic tapping. It's coming from deep, deep down, and my heart just stops. They're still there, waiting for me. The city above is just a mask, and I'm never gonna be free of it. I walk back to the cabin, feeling like I'm carrying the whole world. Should I go back and burn it all down, or would that just make it worse?
I sit here looking at the map, tracing the streets.
I know what's underneath every single one of them, and it's calling to me. Those tunnels aren't just empty. They're a machine. Every time someone goes looking for the truth, they just end up feeding the gears. Do you really think the ground you're standing on is solid? Or are you just waiting for the floor to give way? I'm done with all of it. I'm just gonna walk into the woods and leave the rest behind. They're still building, and they're still waiting. The ground is never as solid as you think. I look back at the city lights, and I know what's really down there. It's a hollow shell, just waiting for the floor to give way. I kept these notes for years, hoping someone would eventually understand. But maybe some secrets are better left buried in the dark. Sometimes I can still hear them, working away in the silence, stitching the bricks back together, like they're trying to keep the whole thing from collapsing. I brought these up with me, like a fool. I thought I could study them, figure out how they were made. This dust never really goes away. It's like it's part of the metal now, part of the history. I look in the mirror and I don't recognize the man staring back. I'm just another ghost, waiting for the end. The urge to go back, it's like a sickness. I just want to know if they're still there, still waiting for me. No, I can't go back. I've given them enough of my life already. For the first time in 30 years, I can breathe. The air is clean,
and the ground is finally solid.
But even here, I can still hear them.
They're still building, and they're still waiting for the rest of us.
I tell myself it's just the wind.
But that sound, it's too steady.
It's like someone's still down there, working.
I gotta know if I'm losing my mind.
I press my ear to the dirt.
And there it is. The heartbeat of the city.
It's not just under the city. It's everywhere.
The whole damn state is built on top of this nightmare.
I thought I could wash it off.
But the dust, it's part of me now.
I'm never gonna be clean again.
I gotta write it all out. Every detail, every shadow. If I don't, who's gonna warn them? The ink is the only thing that feels real.
I'm mapping the impossible. Maybe someone will find this and understand.
Don't look up. Just keep writing. They're watching. But they can't have me yet. It's here, right under the floorboards.
They've found me.
I'm done running.
Whatever's down there, it's time to see it.
Let's see what you're hiding.
There it is.
The light. It's coming through the floor.
The ground is giving way.
The floorboards are buckling right in front of me. That blue light is getting brighter, like it's hungry. I tried to run, but the ground just gave way.
Everything I built is falling into the dark. I'm back down here again.
The smell of the silt, it never leaves you.
It's like the walls are breathing with me.
The tapping, it's louder than it was before. I shouldn't be walking deeper, but I can't stop.
These storefronts, they're just waiting for customers that died 100 years ago.
There they are, just like I remembered.
They're still fixing the bones of this place.
It's looking right at me. I can see the whole city in those eyes. It's not trying to hurt me. It's just so tired of being down here.
The city above is just a lie. I have to get out of here before I become part of it.
The sun is so bright, it almost hurts.
Nobody here has any idea what's waiting for them. I stood there on the sidewalk, covered in that gray tunnel dust. People were just walking by, totally clueless about what was right under their feet.
I felt like a ghost, just drifting through a life that didn't feel real anymore. Every step I took away from that place felt like a lie.
I packed my bags that night, not looking back at anything I was leaving behind. The house felt empty, like it was already waiting for the ground to swallow it up. I drove until the city was just a smudge in the rearview mirror. I needed to get somewhere where the ground was still raw and wild. I found this place in the woods where the only sound is the wind in the pines. It's quiet here, but sometimes the silence is almost as loud as the tunnels. Sometimes when the wind dies down, I press my ear to the dirt.
I can still hear them, you know. They're still building down there.
I spend hours wondering if I should go back and burn it all down.
But maybe that's exactly what they want me to do.
You think the ground you're standing on is solid, don't you? It's just a ceiling, and it's waiting for you to fall through. And I've told you what I know, and now it's up to you. Just don't go looking for the entrances, because you won't like what you find.
Are you sure the floor is gonna hold?
Because I'm still listening, and they're still waiting. I keep looking at these maps, trying to make sense of it all.
The city above is just a thin layer of paint over a rotting foundation.
Sometimes the wind sounds just like the air moving through those shafts.
It never really leaves you. That feeling of being watched from below.
I spent 32 years holding this thing, lighting up things that should have stayed buried.
It feels heavier now than it ever did down there.
If I don't write this down, I'm gonna lose my mind.
People need to know what's really holding up their streets.
I cleaned this up yesterday, but it just keeps coming back. It's like the tunnels are reaching out, even all the way out here.
I can't just sit here and wait for them to come for me. It's time to go back and end this once and for all.
The air is cold tonight, but it's nothing compared to what's waiting for me.
I'm going back to the city, and I'm not coming back this time. Every mile I drive is a mile closer to the truth.
I hope I'm doing the right thing.
There it is, the city that thinks it's so safe.
They have no idea what's waiting for them right under their feet.
This is it.
Time to go back down.